Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of King Arthur Knight's Tale. Last episode, we went through this area and cleansed the Sanctum of the Undead, and we should be getting a number of level ups right now as soon as I finish this mission. We also got quite a bit of loot, so yeah, this was a good and rewarding one. Yeah, there we go. Level up for everyone. The sacred grounds were infested by the fallen knights of the Old Faith. We ended up cleansing the place, helped by a ghostly being who turned out to be the fallen guardian of the fabled sanctum. We also learned secrets from the past. We got gold, building resources, relic dust, emerald, sapphire, and topaz. A skilled artisan arrived in Camelot with his family. According to his tale, the countryside is infected with lost ones and marauding bandits. Most skilled craftsmen are desperate for protection and peace. For a small sum of gold, he could recruit an assorted group of carpenters and blacksmiths, if I guarantee their family's safety. A fair offer, all things considered. Only a fool or a knight would face the horrors outside Camelot. 300 building resource. That actually sounds like a really good idea. Recruit him. Alright, Sir Kay, you leveled up from training. Oh, look at that. I have enough to get, let's see, reduced Death Strike. Strike gives vulnerability. More weapon damage for cleave. That would actually be really good. Damage after every kill. Movement. 10% weapon damage. I think momentum would be really good. I don't really use Death Strike. It is very expensive. Higher weapon damage for strike, straight up. That's good. And that unlocks here. What does he get? He gets power attack. Earthshaker, ranged attack that deals 120% weapon damage to every unit in a straight line. Okay. And Kick, deals 25% weapon damage to an adjacent enemy and causes knockback. There's also Vengeance. When an enemy hits the hero gains 10% weapon damage against that enemy until the end of the encounter. Okay. More damage to anyone who hits him. 50% weapon damage for bleeding effects. And loses one less AP from heavy armor. That's good. Okay, Mordred, you also leveled up. Shield charge's range is increased. Weapon damage is increased. Target also loses 2 armor for wasting sign. I think increasing the range of charge would be very good. I can't do any of these now, but we have Lightning Cleave. Deals 120% weapon damage to every unit in a 3-tile wide area, and causes shock for a turn, which is 25% less AP for the duration, 50% less if they have armor. Ooh, useful. Flurry deals 100% weapon damage to 2 adjacent enemies, target them separately. That sounds good. And Thunderbolt, ranged attack that deals weapon damage ignoring any cover and armor. There's some good things there. Hero loses 1 less AP from heavy armor sigils. Yes, I'm going to take that. Mental debuff resist, and robust again. Okay, and with this other point, I'll increase the damage for strike. Sir Balin, okay. Defensive stance, I don't care about that much. Rage, Iron Skinned I feel like could be useful. Oh, you also have extra weapon damage for power attack if the target unit has full HP and vitality. Vulnerability for a turn. I'm gonna go with Iron Skinned. Well, no, let's give you Rage. What are you gonna get? You got Cleave, we know what that does. Earthshaker, And Rampage, for 3 turns, grants 30% extra weapon damage, but movement is doubled. But movement costs twice as much AP. Ooh, I do not like that. There's also Vengeance, again, Robust, and Armorer. Yeah, definitely gonna go with Armorer. Sir Ector, let's see. Summon... I don't care about Lost Commoner. Hex's duration increase. Gains 2 AP when killing an enemy with Force Bolt. That's actually really good. Magical armor lasts for an additional attack. You know what? Mind Game and Extended Armor. What else are you going to get? You have Fire Blast, 50% weapon damage to every unit in an area of 3x3 tiles, and causes burning. Okay, pretty good. Death Hex, target loses 30% of its current vitality for 1 turn. Enemies don't seem to have vitality that much. Blood Hex. Target starts bleeding and deals 30% less damage for 2 turns. Okay, interesting. Master of Hexes for more Hex intensity. Potent Hex for more Hex intensity and Spellcraft. And Terror Wings. Gain AP at the beginning of each turn equal to half the amount of hexed enemy units. Interesting. And you're up. Killing a unit with Shoot reduces all cooldowns by a turn. Bleeding for a turn with that. Every 2 tiles of movement, the hero's next non-basic skill costs 1 less AP this turn. Okay. Interesting idea. Increasing piercing shot would actually be a good idea. And elusive. But I should probably get Fire Arrow. I'll give you Fire Arrow. And your other abilities are... Aimed Shot, ranged attack with 9 armor piercing that consumes all remaining AP, 35% weapon damage per AP spent. Okay. So that's basically a one-time massive amount of damage. It costs at least 4, so that means it's 35, 70, 140% damage minimum. Then we've got Dash, quick movement in a straight line. And Delayed Barrage, mark 6 connected tiles in any shape. At the start of the hero's next turn, these tiles are hit by a Delayed Barrage that deals 20% weapon damage. Okay. Interesting. Assassination, 20% weapon damage against units with less than 25% vitality. First shot, 30% weapon damage for the first attack on each turn if no AP was spent in that turn. Bonus damage is retained when spending movement AP. Okay. And Sentinel. 1 less AP cost for Overwatch attacks. Okay, so... what do we got here? New things. We've got Rune of Balance. Not really good for you. Rune of First Blood. Oh... Plus 4 damage against unharmed units. I don't think so. And we've got plus 2 turn bleeding duration. That's not the most important. Armor! What do we got? We've got lower damage from ranged attacks. Not gonna do that. We've got Handy Sigil of Restfulness. Gain AP during the first encounter after a rest, and plus 3 HP. I don't think so. It's only the first encounter after arrest, and he needs that agility. Okay. Then we've got Steel-Plated Sigil of Indestructibility. The last armor is unbreakable and lower damage from ranged attacks. And Sigil of the Unbroken. Gain 1 armor after each encounter if no damage was received, and an injury token. I think this is actually straight up better. I'm gonna give you that. You lose 2, but you gain 2 armor, and armor is good to have. It is a buff. I'll take that. Accessories, let's see. We've got damage while disengaged and poison damage. I haven't given you poison yet. Oh no, that's what you have. Gain a movement AP if disengaged at the start of the turn. Not the most interesting. Arcanists are the only ones with this. Adjacent enemies no longer apply a damage penalty on ranged attacks and hex intensity, or regain 1 HP when hitting a hex unit and a cooldown for slowing hex. I'm gonna give you... I think hex intensity could be good. Poison damage, no. Bleeding duration, no. Reflects damage to melee attackers. And the last 2 armor is unbreakable. The only ones who can use it are you. And you. I want to let you keep that weapon damage. And we have Tome of Regret, resets the hero's skill points. Don't need to use that. Okay, you definitely are going to need to train up. So I'll set you to training. Kinda need to do that. Now, we have enough. We can do the Forge or the Enchanted Tower, or... unlock additional hero slots on the hero list. That's not a bad idea. Then I can put Sir Lanvil out here. Not the worst idea. You can issue 1 decree between every mission to gain extra bonuses. Oh, and you can now go into here. And now that we have you, I can give you things. You're gonna need to get upgrades soon. But let's see. Currently you have +4 armor piercing. Bleeding damage, maximum weapon damage, bleeding duration. I'll give you the maximum weapon damage. Armor, you currently have 10% damage for 1 turn for each hit received. Unbreakable armor in a duel. Hit points when resting. Unbreakable while outnumbered. Damage from range. This might not be a bad idea. Well, you are straight up slower now, which is bothersome. Oh, what do you currently have? You've got 2 damage for 2 turns for each kill. I'll let you take this one instead. Ring of Bolting might be good. I'll stick with that, and you get 1 potion. Alright, and you're out here. You're gonna need to train up at some point, which... I could unlock this. Probably not a bad idea, because then you can train. Yeah, we'll do that. You are also gonna train. 2 missions, but that's fine, Landville. You get tougher. And at the round table, we have enough money. Unlock decrees. You can issue 1 decree after each mission. After you issued a decree, you have to wait 5 missions until you can activate the same decree again. Extra tribute for 2,000 gold or forced labor for 500 building resources. Yee, I see. That's not quite what I expected. I'll need to save up for laws. Alright. Oh! Events. Let's see. The Scarlet Plague. The bridge, once guarded by Tewelin and his sons, led to the land of despair, and we brought back this despair with us in the form of a deadly fever that inflicts crippling plague and scarlet boils. The more superstitious souls whisper about the curse of the Night of Midnight, and perhaps they are right. The battle-hardened knights of Camelot are somewhat resistant to this plague, but it spreads like wildfire among the common folk. Something has to be done before I lose my kingdom without unsheathing my sword. Either Sir Landville suffers an injury, close the gates and banish the infected, or find a cure at whatever cost. All heroes' loyalty goes up by 1. How is our loyalty? Our loyalty is fairly decent. Yours isn't as high as it should be. If he suffers an injury, he'll be able to get better from it. He's mainly going to be training. And this would give us a point in Rightful, which will get us closer to Leodegrance. You know what? Yeah, 10 to the infected in Camelot. 10% maximum HP is lowered. Okay, fine. Okay, and another event. Tying up the loose ends. A small group of friars, under the protection of a reclusive Christian brotherhood, the Order of the Seraphim, started to raze the ancient ruins of Thistlewood to build a Christian temple in its place. Such zeal has its benefits. After all, this place was a source of constant problems for Camelot in the past. Yet several knights reject that drastic solution. Some even say I should reform the ancient knightly order that once tried to solve the mysteries of this place and unwillingly unleash the undead curse. Reform the order and study the ancient ruins, or give free rein to the Seraphim. Currently, I am at Christian 2. 1 more, and injury treatment time is reduced by 1 mission. That's actually really good. It's an upgrade, but it's good. Yeah, we'll do that. Give free rein to the Seraphim. There we go. We've unlocked Healing Friars as an option. And we have 2 side missions. One of which is level 5.
Lady Dindrain has been in search for the Holy
vassals. We
Grail
need Lady
for a long
Dindrain
time.
for it. And she's currently training. Thistlewood
Sir
Ruins.
Ector is worried about the fate of a good friend, Abbot Eliales. The deeply religious sorcerer and holy man gathered his devout followers to retake the ruins of an ancient Christian cathedral from the lost. No one heard about the abbot ever since. This needs our attention. We must find out what happened.
Find Abbot Eliales, and we need Sir Ector. Okay. I think... Sir Mordred and Sir Ector. If I take Sir Kay and Sir Yvain, then you two will be recovering. Will be gaining more XP to catch up. Also, I just realized, I think I have things I need to sell in Camelot. Yeah, there's things here I don't really care about holding on to. I don't really care about the bleeding damage. Sell that. Sell that. Okay, what about these? Not gonna take that. I'm holding on to these because I don't know if they're actually going to be useful for several things. I don't know who I'm going to end up getting later on. I mean, at least it's more money, so that's something at least. I'm still gonna need more building resources for things, but I mean, it's at least some money. Okay. Much as I really like Balin, I'm gonna keep working on improving Kay. Let me drop a save first. Alright, actually, it is kind of close to the end of the episode, and the cursed ship is something we'll deal with later. Or recruitable hero, that'll be nice. But, I do want to do all the side quests I can, although Ancient Throne is going to be strong, and Lady Dindrain really needs levels. So the forge is probably related to those gems I picked up. I'm going to need more of them. And the Enchanted Forge makes relics. I need these two buildings at some point. I could get Training Dummy. It could help. Interesting that you're getting so much more XP than her. Not sure why. Oh, right! It's because Sir Lanvil gets a bonus from that. Ooh, skill point to all prospective champion and defender heroes. That's gonna be very good. Yeah, the skill points are really good. I'll definitely need to work on getting that when I can. At some point. I need a lot of money for these upgrades. I think I saw something about how leveling tops out at level 25. Maybe. Or at least it's mentioned in there. Cathedral, we don't need to do anything at the moment. Injury treatment time goes down by a point, that's fine. I do want to... Oh, healing... No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. I do want to see what the laws option are. Decrees are probably going to be good later on when I unlock more of them. I do want to see the laws, but I need a lot of money for that. Oh, Guardian of the Lady. Adds +3 loyalty for the holder of the title, +2 additional loyalty for Old Faith Knights. Interesting. What is Sir Lanvil, anyway? Oh, he's neutral. Okay. Alright, and I tell you what, I am going to end this episode here. Shorter episode, I know, but it's fine. Next episode, we'll take a look in Thistlewood Ruins. Till then, I am Chester44, I'll send in his fly. This has been a Let's Play of King Arthur, Knight's Tale, and I shall see you all next time.